Hey friends, welcome back to OG Universe. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for watching all of these videos on the Mcfarlane Toys DC Multiverse Collect to Build Plastic Man JLA Wave. We've had some stellar figures, some bit of a disappointment, but if you can make it look really good for a little bit of retooling. And of course, we finally come to the conclusion and we got this Plastic Man. Plastic Man is a character that really hasn't had a lot of interest for me personally. In the comics, he wasn't, one of my favorites, but he does have a really incredible power set, and he's such an underrated character. I did a bit more research on him, and I did find he has some really interesting stories, some really unique kind of a background on how he got his powers, on how he associates with a lot with Batman, and just the fact that he can really take down the Justice League, and I think a lot of other powerhouse heroes, because he's nearly indestructible. Such a cool figure that we got for the first time in action figure form from Mcfarlane Toys. You collect all 4 of these figures, well, 5 or 6 or 7 if you get the Platinum Chase variant. But man, the price for admission for this Build-A-Figure is well worth it. So I got him here built up already. We did a on-camera live build of that Beast Boy, and it was a pain in the ass. It was really tough to get some of these joints in, and it was damn sharp. Some really sharp sculpted hair on that figure, and man, it pricked the hell out of my fingers. But this one went together very easily, and it's very easy to swap out the parts too, which I greatly appreciate, because I was a little apprehensive how much these joints are going to hold up when we're swapping out the arms, the neck peg. The neck peg we'll talk about, but the legs went on with a bit of extra force. But otherwise, no problems. This isn't a brick of a figure like that build of the way Bane figure was from the Last Night on Earth. Hands down one of the worst build-a-figures. It looks cool, but don't touch it because it'll fall apart. But this figure, man, it's striking, and it's gonna have some presence on your shelf, and it's actually a really fun action figure as well. So let's take a closer look at the Plastic Man here. Now, you do get a couple different head sculpts, which is greatly appreciated. The fact that you have this kind of contorted, extended neck looks so damn good, and it just, man, it captures Plastic Man. And what's really cool, these little blue areas here in the goggles are maybe reflections of a building. From the look of things on the back of the package, it could be, but it's sculpted and raised texture, which looks really nice. Plus, he has that angry head sculpt. It looks so good. Now, this is a kind of an outstretched hand. He doesn't have a bendy wire or anything like that, which, I don't know, would have liked a bendy wire to give him a little points of articulation. Would have been cool, because I don't think you could really get a good bend out of this figure, but a little bit of articulation with a wiry bendy wire would have been okay. These fingers are just kind of gnarly looking and very well done, just straggly and coming at you. The legs here, now the legs, kind of plain, nothing too spectacular to say about them, but they went on extremely well. They're not loose. The joints are there. So you got all the articulation and the toe articulation, everything like that. We'll go over that in detail. You do get a regular, normal kind of arm as well, which is greatly appreciated. So you don't have to put them with this extra kind of stretched out proportions. And overall, man, it is a really striking figure. One thing I really appreciate, I know it's a little tiny thing, but this isn't a painted black line. It's a raised sculpted line. I really appreciate that to go along with the costume. The belt is just a deco. It's not sculpted. It's just stamped onto the trunks. There you go. You got the Plastic Man butt. It's got a really kind of weird costume with the segmentation and the open back, open chest area. But I guess that's how he was designed, and they haven't really changed him drastically at all. I think in the Injustice comic book line, there's been a lot of Injustice volumes. Unfortunately, I never picked any of them up. I should, because I think they're pretty cool. I love the video game. But I think he was sporting like a full kind of pants. He didn't have exposed legs. And his chest, I think, was a little bit different, a little reworking of it. But I wouldn't mind seeing a variant of that. Hopefully, down the line, we'll see maybe a gold label release or some sort of different release with some extra accessories, maybe some stuff with the legs, like a springy kind of legs or something different to give this guy a bit more additional effect parts. I think that would have been really cool. But I'm really digging the arms. Now, I'm just gonna pop this arm off and just show you. It comes off really nice and easy. You do have the full socket, the spacer joint, everything there. And it just comes on and off so nicely. You don't have to worry about breaking anything. You don't have to worry about, the arm just popping off. It goes in and you can have a normal kind of looking Plastic Man, both regular arms. Now the head, I'm just gonna pop this off. Oh. Okay, there we go. I want to be careful because if you look at that neck peg, it's really thin. I mean, that is a thin neck peg. And I really hope switching out the heads doesn't cause any breakage. It does look like there's a disc in there as well, so you could move it back and forth. But I'm really not going to take a chance because it's not a free moving piece. And it just looks a little bit delicate for me. But the neck joints do have a lot of range of motion, so that's good to see. And this is a really nice head sculpt. I like the way it has this kind of snarky look. It looks pissed off and it's really comical. A really expressive head sculpt. It looks so damn good. And then you also have the other head sculpt, which is more of your classic smiley Plastic Man. I mean, this is the one I think of when I think of Plastic Man. He's always got a smiley face, kind of goofball, kind of character, cracking jokes, but man, he's a deadly character. He's got some extreme powers, and he could definitely take down a lot of these powerful superheroes. The hair is sculpted so nice as well. A lot of movement in it, a lot of flow. It looks just fantastic. And again, the glasses have this kind of raised texture for those little blue, light blue specks there. I don't know if that's a reflection of a building or something, but I appreciate it, and it gives the character some extra oomph to go along with it. So let's just put this head sculpt onto here carefully. You hear that nice noise, it goes on, and there you go. You got your traditional kind of non-powered Plastic Man. Now, in addition, you also get this other arm that has kind of a lasso. It's grasping its arm and can capture and snare villains, heroes, whatever you want. Again, that goes on really nice and easy. We'll just do a quick little pop off of this. Nice and easy. We'll put this one on, line up the peg, and there you go. And then you kind of got them snaring at you and grabbing. Really cool. I mean, this Plastic Man is surprisingly good. When I first heard this wave was coming out with a Plastic Man, I was like, I don't know. Not really crazy about Plastic Man, but the way they executed this figure has been incredible. And comparing it to its wave mates, I think we definitely have some favorites. We definitely have some ones that I think need to be worked on a bit more, but I think surprisingly, this Plastic Man is one of my favorite figures that has come out from Mcfarlane in a long time. And I think it's the #1 reason to buy this entire 4-figure, or if you want to get 7, get the Platinums if you can find them. But it's definitely a striking, really incredible Build-A-Figure, and definitely hands down the best figure at this entire wave. Second, I'm going to say the Superman, just because it's unique. It's a different take on Superman than we haven't gotten before. The effect pieces could be a little bit better, but overall, he's such a striking figure. And the red one as well that we got in the background, that Platinum Chase that we found, another incredible figure. Both of these guys, they look so damn good. I really wish everyone has the opportunity to get the red, because the red and blue together is what you need. They definitely, hopefully down the line, we'll see some sort of gold label 2-pack with both of these guys packed together with maybe a bit more accessories, some extra swap out hands, some different kind of lightning effects. You know, I always pictured there's a issue, I can't remember what it was, I think it was Adventure Comics, something or other, during this line where it's Superman red and blue back to back on a top of a building. I think that would be a great base to throw those 2 figures on, make them a exclusive 2-pack, and boom, I think you're gonna make a lot of fans happy that way. After this figure, I would say the Aquaman. The Aquaman is spectacular. He is so well done. He might be a bit off-putting to some collectors because it's a definitely 90s heavy, unique Aquaman, but he looks so damn good. The head sculpt, it's not just a simple retooling of that Endless Winter. It has the hair, but the facial structure, the skin tone, everything else is completely different, and it's definitely one of the best figures. Then I would go with that John Stewart Green Lantern. He is spectacular. Really surprised me how good he is, but Again, I think he could have been slotted for another character that would have been more appreciated, because we could have got this figure down the road as a single release, and I would have definitely picked it up because it is so damn good as well. The head sculpt is so beautiful. And unfortunately, my least favorite was the original Batman. Now, I've reworked the head, gave him a brand new head sculpt, because the Three Jokers head sculpt that was originally on this figure just didn't suit it. It was way too stubby. It just, unfortunately, didn't work out. But swapping out that head and putting that Jim Lee Hush Batman with the gritting teeth from the Hush 2-pack, there you go. I think this improves this figure tremendously. So there you go, guys. This is a quick look at this wave. Absolutely spectacular wave. I don't think you'll be disappointed. If you collect all of the figures, you're going to get a tremendous build of figure. That, you know, I thought he might be a bit bigger, but he's in proportion in line with all of the other figures. Height-wise, well, the Three Jokers Batman here is the tallest, is a big buck, but the other kind of DC figures will fit in perfectly with them. It's really incredible that we're getting some of these, you know, a little bit obscure characters that maybe everyone doesn't know. We're not just getting hit with multiple Batmans, multiple Supermans. We're getting some deep cuts into the DC universe, and I'm so happy that I'm building out this crazy collection and building out these Justice League of America teams, the JLO teams, Justice League, Teen Titans, Outsiders, JSA, Suicide Squad. Yeah, don't forget about that Suicide Squad. We can make some pretty cool figures and lineups with all of these amazing action figures we've been really, in my opinion, lucky to have from since 2020. And the future looks bright. They are, I think, selling out a little quickly in my area. The fact that's good because they're selling, but it's like, if you see a wave at Toys R Us, you better pick it up because you're not going to see it 2 weeks down the road. They're going to be gone. Those Mcfarlane Collector Series wave with the Captain Carrot, the Superman from Superman Returns, Return of Superman, and that Green Lantern Batman, they came out within a day or 2 days. That entire wave was completely gone, and they were expensive. They were $44.99 a figure, but they sold out quick. And then if you don't pre-order the guys from GameStop, you might get lucky and have 1 or 2 extra figures, but they're not carrying the same amount like they used to. And I guess in a way that's going to keep your business afloat. Those pre-orders, they're going to dictate how much we're going to get, how many they need to produce, all that kind of stuff. But definitely, if you're a Mcfarlane collector, you're getting on to the line for the first time, I think this would be an awesome line to get. You're getting some really incredible characters with such a rich history, some fun play value. If you collect action figures and play around with them, these are some fun action figures with some great articulation. You're into action figure photography. You have that, you know, posability and that fluid dynamic posability that you can get these guys in some amazing, amazing articulated shots. So yeah, this is a definite home run lineup. You're not going to be disappointed. Plastic Man was a pleasant surprise, and he's definitely one of the best figures to come out this year. Now, I'm going to do my top 10 figures from Mcfarlane Toys DC Multiverse. It's going to come out soon. We're going to work on that video. I wanted to get this wave done because this was a really important wave that introduces some newer versions, new characters, new version again, slightly different bad version, but it's some great figures that I think you're going to have a lot of fun with and going to look great on the shelf. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of this entire wave. What's your opinion? What's your favorite? Who's your favorite figure? And remember, I got a massive playlist if you want to watch more of my videos, my shorts. They're all on a DC Multiverse playlist. So again, thank you so much for watching and spending some time with me and taking a look at some fun action figures. We'll see you in the next one.